Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Every holiday shopper's got a list, but Ross shoppers, you've got a mission. Like a gift run that turns into a disco snow globe, throw pillows, and PJs for the whole family, dog included. At Ross, holiday magic isn't about spending more, it's about giving more for less. Ross, work your magic.
It's another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, and I'm Dr. Neal Malik. Hey there, happy Friday, and welcome to another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I answer your health questions related to fitness, diet and nutrition, and lots more. You send in the questions, and I answer them for you. Oh, and if you do send in a question, and you're in the US, we'll mail you a copy of our hardcover workbook. If you're outside of the US, we'll email you a PDF version. So what's the easiest way to send in a question? Just email it to health@oldpodcast.com. Now, once a month, usually during the first Q&A episode of the month, I mention a bit about my background and credentials so you can better understand where my perspectives come from. And given this is the first Q&A of the month, it's time. Now, I've always been obsessed with Batman, but I wasn't always interested in the things I talk about on this podcast. Nutrition, exercise, health, and wellness. But being diagnosed with a chronic disease at the age of 19 definitely changed my life's purpose. It was at that time I decided to focus my attention on helping others so that no one else had to experience a chronic disease diagnosis like I did. Now, to do that, I wanted to make sure I had some credibility. Now, this isn't meant to be a humble brag, but instead gain your trust. I received both my master's and doctoral degrees in public health, and to make sure I covered all of my bases, I also became a registered dietitian nutritionist, a certified health education specialist, and a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine. I've been teaching in higher education for a long time now, and I'm currently faculty within the California State University system. I've published peer-reviewed studies, have presented at national and international conferences, and have been interviewed by over 70 different media outlets for my expertise on basically all the things I discuss on this podcast. So, I share this with you to say that when I provide my commentary after each episode and answer the questions you send in, like today, I hope you feel as though it's coming from a place of truth. My only intention is to help you feel your best. All right, and with that, let's hear today's question as we optimize your life. Today's question came via email. Romy writes, Hi, Dr. Neal. I started the 75 Hard Challenge recently and was feeling amazing that first week. I was really consistent with workouts, eating clean, and losing weight. Then my lower back started hurting and I got worried about pushing it too far. Since I've pulled back on my workouts, everything else has kind of slipped too, like my meals and my motivation. It's like once one habit falls apart, the rest follow. Why does that happen? And how can I keep my habits going or get my momentum back? Thanks for all the great advice you share. Love the show. Thank you for taking the time to send in your question, Romy, and thank you so much for your kind words. I'm thrilled that you enjoy the show and find it helpful. Now, the situation you described is actually pretty common. Your experience reminds me of a term that some of us use when discussing habit formation. The term is Keystone habits. Now, before I get into that, let me put your experiences in context. In case we may not be familiar with the 75 Hard Challenge, it's a program that its author described as improving discipline and self-confidence. Participating in this program means you complete 5 behaviors each day for 75 days straight, hence the name. Now, the 5 behaviors are 1. Follow any meal plan so long as it's nutritionally balanced and contains no alcohol. 2. Complete 2 45-minute workouts each day. Now, one of these workouts must be completed outdoors, and you can't use weather as an excuse, so the workout has to be completed in good or bad weather, doesn't matter. 3. Drink 1 gallon of water. 4. Read and not listen to 10 pages of nonfiction. And 5, take a picture of yourself each day to monitor progress. Now, if any one of these behaviors are missed, then the 75-day clock starts all over again. So in your case, Romy, it sounds like once you slowed down and stopped step 2, complete 2 45-minute workouts each day, everything else stopped. So once the workout stopped, the nutritious eating and your motivation to stay on track also stopped. Again, this phenomenon is common. It's so common that Charles Duhigg, author of the book The Power of Habit, created this term, Keystone habits. So what are keystone habits? Well, think of habits like a ripple effect. A keystone habit is the pebble that triggers the ripple effect. For example, in your case, Romy, it sounds like exercise was the habit that kept all the other behaviors going. So exercise was the pebble that then triggered a ripple effect that led to following a nutritious eating plan, drinking water regularly, and so on. When the exercise stopped, that means there was no pebble to trigger the ripple effect, and the other behaviors stopped too. So now the question is, how do we get back on track? It sounds like you may enjoy goal setting, Romy. The 75 Hard Challenge got you started, so it may be helpful to find another specific goal to strive toward. Maybe the next goal isn't as strict as the 75 Hard Challenge, but something that's motivating and achievable at the same time. Since exercise seems to be your keystone habit, maybe the next goal is as simple as wanting to lift a certain weight for a specific exercise, or running or walking a certain distance without stopping, and so on. Once the goal has been defined and you start working toward it, it likely will start the ripple effect again, and your eating habits will start to fall into place again, and likely your motivation will follow. I attended a conference a while back and haven't forgotten a quote I heard from one of the speakers, Dr. David Sabgir. He said, quote, "We don't need health information. We need health inspiration." And to me, that says it all. It's like we need to find that pebble in our lives that leads to the ripple effect, or basically, we need to find that keystone habit that triggers all of the other health behaviors that we want to perform. So my question to you, Romy, and anyone else interested in finding motivation to start a new healthy habit is, what inspires you? Again, what's that pebble? Once you have an answer, then that's the goal to strive towards. And from there, hopefully, other health behaviors will follow. Running a business online? Instantly build trust with your customers with a domain and matching professional email from GoDaddy so people know you mean business. And there's never been a better time. Visit godaddy.com/GD now and you can get a domain and professional email plan for just 99 cents a month for 1 year. That's a little price for a lot of credibility. Choose the domain that's right for you and a professional email to match. Go to godaddy.com/GD now and look legit. That's godaddy.com/GD now. New customer purchases only. Products auto-renew separately. See terms on site. Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates so you can reach the exact people you want faster. I love that Indeed speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. Thank you again for taking the time to send in your question, Romy. And again, thank you so much for your kind words. I'm so glad you enjoy the show. Now, if you want to send in a question to be answered right here on the show and get a copy of our workbook, you can email one to at oldpodcast.com. Or if you want to hear your voice on the podcast, come by oldpodcast.com/ask. Right on that page, you can record straight from your computer's microphone. It's really easy, and you can even play back your message and do retakes before sending it in, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and call in your question. The number is 1-61-I-LOVE-OHD. That's 1-614-568-3643. Thank you so much for doing that. Answering your questions is my favorite part of the show. All right, that'll do it for another Q&A edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much again for listening every day and all the way through, and I hope you have a great start to your weekend. And of course, I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.